Good night. My name is Naomi Madeline Peralta del Pozo. This is my ID card, and my topic is strategies to summarize information. I have three strategies here. The first one is the SQ3R. It's survey, question, read, recite, and review. It's the acronym, right? It helps to improve the reading comprehension. It's really time intensive because we need a lot of time and forces students to use the brain information processing systems. Yes, I like that. I'm going to explain it with a graphic organizer and an example. The next paragraph is an extract from an article. Here's the name of the article and the source. This is the original paragraph here. I have this graphic organizer to explain how we do this. In this case, we start with the survey. The survey is the exploration of the topic. Okay? In this case, the negative impact of excessive social media. We need a general idea of what we are going to read. Next, we are going to make a question for ourselves to have really understanding what is the main idea. What does the problematic social media usage affect students' mental health? Then we are going to read all the paragraph and put really short description of what we read. They found a strong link between social media use and anxiety in Chinese university students. Oh, recite. In this part of the recite, it's something that we learn in our memory. Okay, we can say it out loud or write it. And finally, the review, it's what we have, that it's all the conclusions that we arrive. If we understood everything, if we respond our question completely right. Okay? This is the final summary of the example of the paragraph. As you can see, it's the same that I put here, and it's anything different. Then we have the peel. Point, evidence, explain, and link. This is technique we use in opinion essays the most of the time. We can use like in information essays, no, not like opinion. It's help structure paragraphs in ways that represent a clear and focused argument. Helps you to create a paragraph that's easy to understand and accessible to everyone. This is the source when I have the original. This is a paragraph of the opinion article of a teacher. Here we have the source too. This is the graphic organizer that I have here. Okay, we start with the point. The point is related to the topic. In this case, Kong adds that education only focuses on teaching methods. Then we are going to evidence all the information that helps our thesis. The thesis, like the topic. Okay? He observes that teachers try to emphasize methods, classes instead of encouraging. This is the evidence. All the things that we have that help us our point. Then we are going to explain why this evidence helps our point. That implies that the student, in this case, implies that the students are expected to stay on task. This is why. Finally, we have the link. And in this part, we need to link the point, the evidence, and the explanation with the main thesis, or even with another paragraph. It can be two, actually. In this case, because we only have a paragraph, we are linked to the topic. Consider unless we question the goals of the education, discussions about improving learning will remain superficial. This is the final summary based on what I have here. Everything, all right? It's exactly the same. Finally, I have the somebody wanted, but so then. This strategy, it's the most of the time for narrative text, like fairy tales or like something that is a story that someone's telling you. It says that can be summarized using the same structure. Somebody wanted, but so then. This word's key is because they represent a particular element of the story. that they all have the same. The example I'm going to use is an adaptation of the story The Princess at the End Dragon made by the British Council. This is the sources. This is the original paragraph. Okay? Now I'm going to use a graphic organizer to explain how I do it. First, we have the somebody, normally the main character. Who was the somebody? The princess who was kidnapped. What she wanted, what the character in somebody wanted to be rescued. But what happened that the somebody couldn't make it? The owl was so scary and the knights ran away. So what happened next that helped to resolve the problem? A dragon heard her cries and defeat the ogre. And then this part is the most of the time the conclusion, the happy ending. Okay? So he rescued the princess and flew her home and they live happily ever after. Using the example, right? And this is the final summary using exactly what I made here. Okay? So thank you very much. I hope these strategies could help you to make summarize. Thank you.